So do you think Aidan Critchley will be back in school this morning, then?
Oh, I think that's the last place to show his face right now.
And there's still no proof it was him that was driving.
No, but he must know he doesn't have many friends at the moment. I mean, they all know by now what happened to Sarah.
Yeah, he's got the neck for it. What would you do if he did come in?
Oh, I've no idea. I could refuse to teach him, I suppose, but it's not my style.
You'd always set him the old essay, what I did in the holidays.
And then show it to the police, yeah.
Did you say they were going to be in this morning?
Yes, they'll be interviewing Aidan's friends, asking what they know about his joyriding and his vendetta against me. Can't see Year 11 doing much work with all that going on.
So, all in all, a good day in prospect.
I can't wait.
So, you seeing Sarah this morning?
I thought I'd go this afternoon. I mean, now she's out of intensive care, I don't feel I have to be there every minute of the day.
Well, it's nice to be getting back to normal at last.
If only.
Well, it must think she's OK, otherwise you wouldn't be going to work.
It wasn't Sarah I was thinking of. If you think I've forgotten what happened before the accident, you're very much mistaken.
If you mean the holiday...
Is there something else?
Well, I can't be telling her everything I do in my work.
This wasn't just work, it involved me. You told me it was their villa, that we only had the flights to find.
Yes. Yes. And I apologised.
How many more lies?
There are no more lies. And there won't be any.
There better not be.
Should you be in school?
You know you're more important than school. How you feeling?
Bit more with it than yesterday, but still pretty lousy.
Brought you these.
I suppose you want to know what I've decided. You haven't told anyone, have you?
I promised, didn't I? You can't keep it to yourself forever, though.
I don't know what to do. I got a card from Aid this morning, hoping I was getting better. He's posted it last week.
He's got a nerve.
Don't see why. It shows he's thinking of me.
You're not serious.
Why else would he send it?
Because he's feeling guilty. That's why.
And what's wrong with that? Shows he cares. You said last night he doesn't care and that should just turn him in. It's not as easy as that now, though, is it?
What are you doing here?
Same as you.
We can't come to school.
Why not?
Have you forgotten what I said yesterday?
Could I?
So what are you doing here then?
I might ask you the same question.
You what?
Well, you said you'd grasp me if I didn't tell myself in. So you're rushing off to do it.
Yeah, well I will.
Go on then. You're not the sort. Nor is Sarah. Not in a million years. What page are we on?
All right, settle down, everybody.
Morning, sir. Have a nice holiday. If he cared, he'd have come in here to see you.
And have people like you and my mum slagging him off?
I don't believe this. The guy nearly kills you and you're going to let him off.
It was an accident.
Accidents are when it's no one's fault. He was driving like a maniac. Bethany nearly lost her mum because of him.
That didn't happen, though, did it?
But if it had, do you think he'd have cared if he'd left her an orphan?
What about the card?
Oh, that card. Have you read it? A little birdie tells me you're not feeling too chirpy. Hope you're soon back in the swing. Like that's really caring, innit? Doesn't say love from. It doesn't say sorry. I'm amazed he even bothered to sign it. And have you seen the naff picture on the front? Look, if it was me driving that car, I would have stayed with you. I would have called the police. I would have been here day and night. I'd be absolutely gutted. Aidan Critchley's swanning round Weatherfield saying he's done nothing wrong. All he cares about is getting away with it.
What if I get in trouble as well?
Police don't care about you. You're the victim. It's him they want. There's one person who can put him where he belongs. That's you.
So you're going to spend all day outside Deb's shop again? We've got to build on what we achieved yesterday, Hayley.
You don't think we've made our points?
We won the initial skirmish. Winning the war is a long way off.
And how long are you going to keep this up?
Well, as long as it takes. Why, you're not thinking of caving in now, are you? Not when we've got him on the back foot.
No, but you can't camp outside his shop 7 days a week while you have a cafe to run. Vera can't go up on her own first stop.
Well, she's got Toya to help her. What do you suggest?
But I don't know right this minute. We need to sit down and thrash out some ideas.
In the meantime, we must keep the momentum up. Curly, you'll be helping me today, won't you?
Oh, what's that then, Roy?
Outside Dev's shop.
Well, I can't, mate. Not today. I've got Ben to look after.
I didn't stop you yesterday.
Yeah, well, I got into terrible trouble over that. Emma doesn't like him out in this weather. And anyway, I've got loads of council work to get on with.
Emily, you'll join my protest today, I hope?
Oh, I'd love to, Roy, but I'm working at the cabin. I can't leave Norris on his own. I've just come in for 2 Eccles cakes, please.
This is the real world, Roy.
My world is also the real world, Hayley. And if everybody else is busy, I'll just have to keep the torch alight on my own.
Keith, Richard Hillman here. Hi. We're due to have a meeting about my business plan this afternoon, and unfortunately, there's been a bit of a family crisis over the last week or so. My stepdaughter nearly died in a car crash. Thanks. Yeah, it was quite hairy. Yeah. Obviously, I've been at the hospital around the clock for the last few days, and I really haven't had time to prepare any figures. And I wondered if we might just put it back a week or two. Yeah. I realise we did fix it up over a month ago. It's just, you know, I don't want to waste your time. Well, I could give you a general idea, yeah. It's just that... No, fine. If you're happy with that, yeah. OK, yeah, see you later. Problem?
Police rang me at work. Sarah's remembered what happened.
Really?
She's about to make a statement. They want me to be there. Came back from the coat.
What, would you like me to come along then?
Haven't you got more important things to be getting on with? Like saving the business?
Girl, I know you're not happy with the Meltons' holiday, but that investment could bury our problems once and for all.
Got nothing to worry about then, have we?
You see, the good thing about working here in a crisis is we have access to all the latest dog magazines.
I'm still not sure this is a good idea.
Well, you agreed with me yesterday.
No, I merely said that if you found a replacement, it would have to be identical. Why I should fall in with this deceit when you're the guilty party...
Oh, and you think Rita will just let you off, do you?
It wasn't me that fed him 3 boxes of assorted plain chocolate.
Well, maybe not, no. But she will think you're remiss in not monitoring his feeds.
Don't be absurd.
It don't matter which way you look at it, Emily. You're tarred with the same brush. You're implicated whether you like it or not.
I didn't know you was into dogs, Norris. You thinking of getting one?
Do you want something?
Small boat like you could do with a pit bull these dark nights.
Can I help you or not?
I'm only trying to help.
Yes, we'll try not to.
Just have some chewy then. You only said 'cause my old fella's a dog breeder.
Oh, yes, of course.
I'll keep me gob shut in future. See ya.
No, Kirk, does your dad know anything about Shih Tzus?
So I got in the car.
With Aid?
We drove to this bit of road where there were speed cameras. And they started going really fast so we would be photographed.
This was to get Mr. Barlow into trouble.
That was the whole point. And to have a laugh.
He didn't force you into the car at all, did he?
No. Not that I wanted to. That's what's so stupid.
So why did you?
I was scared.
What of?
I thought that if I didn't, he'd go off with Candice instead.
Then what happened?
I thought after the speed cameras that he'd slow down, but he didn't. I asked him to, but he just kept driving faster. And then I remember waking up in hospital.
What time did all of this happen?
I got in the car about 6:30 and been driving for about half an hour. I'm really sorry.
No, it's all right, love. It's okay.
I shouldn't have done it.
No one's blaming you, Sarah.
Will he get into trouble?
We need to go and talk to him now and see what he says.
I've really dumped him in it, haven't I?
Not half as much as he's dumped you in it.
You've done the right thing telling us, Sarah. You just rest now and concentrate on getting better. We'll deal with this.
you can get on with that quietly, please.
Do we have to, sir?
I want no more back chat from you today.
Oh, but Shakespeare, sir, is rubbish. I mean, why can't he speak normal like the rest of us?
Oh, so you think he should speak like you, do you, Critchley?
Might help.
Well, he'd have a problem there, wouldn't he? Apart from the language difference, he was trying to get at the truth. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think truth and honesty are important commodities in your book. You might get a few laughs in the classroom with your smart remarks, but I'm not sure certain of our absent colleagues will be quite so amused.
And here ends the lesson. Meditations of a Trolley Pusher, chapter 6, verse 3.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Barlow. Could I take Aidan Critchley from you, please?
Be my guest.
Aidan. Bring your stuff with you.
Aren't I coming back with this?
Detective Sergeant Mills, Weatherfield Police Station. This is PC King. We'd like you to come down to the station to answer a few questions.
What about?
We think you know what about. Come on, Aidan, let's go.
She was in floods of tears afterwards, though.
But the relief at getting it all out.
She's still worried about dropping him in it.
Oh, no, poor little mate. Oh, dear. What happened there?
Emma went back to the station.
Ah, any news?
About Critchley? The police arrested him 2 hours ago.
Oh, at school?
Yep, they came into my classroom, took him out to the corridor and then bundled him on.
Oh, so there is a God.
Yes, and I'm happy it's good news for a change.
Well, I think this makes up for everything.
Yeah, I take it Sarah finally remembered.
This morning.
Well, this calls for a celebration, I think. Same again all round, please, Shelley, and a tomato juice for me.
Must have caused quite a stir when they arrived.
Yeah, it's a big thing, arresting a child in school like that.
Well, they're not going to let him go in a hurry, huh?
Emma says Sarah's statement will put him in a juvenile court, whether he's guilty or not.
Brilliant.
Oh, could I give you one of these? It's about an amusement arcade the owner of this shop wants to open.
An arcade?
Good afternoon, madam. I'm protesting about the amusement arcade Mr. Hallahan wants to open on Victoria Street. No, but the whole point is for you to boycott the shop. Oh, good afternoon, Irene.
Hello, Roy.
Not going so well as yesterday.
No, well, look, I'm in a bit of a rush myself today.
You're not going in there, are you?
I've left the cab office empty and I've got no time to go anywhere else.
You were handing out leaflets yesterday.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I can't stop.
Afternoon, Eileen. Listen. The sound of a ringing till, Roy. Beautiful thing, wouldn't you agree?
I never expected an easy ride.
Where are your friends today?
I'll get there in the end, don't you worry.
Sure you will, Roy. Sure you will.
Right, that's a steak pie, and I'm still waiting on 3 specials and a soup.
I haven't got 6 pair of hands, you know.
Yeah, and I haven't got any more excuses to give him.
Damn Roy and his protests. He's worried about the effect that arcade will have on his business. Well, he won't have one if he don't get back here quick.
Oh, hi, Chris. Richard Hillman. Wondered if you'd had a chance to put any feelers out on the bail hostel yet. The clock's ticking on this one. Right, why don't we meet up this afternoon? You can bring me up to speed. Robert's return, 2:15? Right, see you then.
Oh.
Well, you look flustered, Vera.
Roll on retirement, that's all I can say. Have my investments come up trumps yet?
They're maturing at a steady lick.
I know the feeling. Oh, you're back then?
I've just come to replenish my flask.
Never mind your flaming flask.
Yeah, we're rushed to my feet here, Roy.
Look, you're not going out again, are you?
Oh, so you're falling by the wayside too, Vera?
Well, I mean, enough's enough.
And you're quite happy for Jack to face the temptation of yet another gambling den in the street?
Wait, I haven't thought about that.
At least the bookies is closed most evenings. This place will be open till 11, 12 at night.
Hey, you've got a point there.
So you're quite happy for me to go back out again?
Yes, of course I am. Get off. Give me these. I can hand these out to customers when they come in.
Excellent idea.
Yeah, I knock off at 3, don't forget. Vera will be on her own then.
Look, don't you worry about me.
No, I mean it. I've got college work to do.
Look, if you can't stand the heat, Get out the kitchen.
I do think enlisting Kirk's help is ill-advised.
I'm well aware of his pedigree.
As they say.
But if I can't find one and his dad can...
But I wouldn't trust Kirk Sutherland further than I could throw him.
All this mutt has got to do is look right. Now, how can he cheat us on that? And if we can't spot the difference, I bet Rita won't.
But I just think that this entire venture is folly.
Well, look, anyway, I've got 6 replacement Mr. Woos to look at this afternoon. We probably won't even need Kirk. I'll see you later.
It was brilliant. You should have seen his face. I have never seen him that scared in my entire life. He was absolutely bricking it. Oh, not you again, sir.
Miss Parker's off sick, I'm afraid.
Yes.
But she's given me some work to set you. You know you like it, really. She says you're very fond of maths.
Not.
I told you before, Candice, grammatically correct complaints only.
Will the police be coming back into school again, sir?
I very much doubt it.
Well, it's just that people have been saying that they might want to interview a couple of Ade's mates.
I should think they've got all the information they need now.
Can we use calculators for this?
What do you normally do?
Well, we...
Sounds like a no to me.
Right.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Afternoon, sir.
Well, what do you think you're doing?
What's it look like? Why haven't we got Parker?
Now, hang on a minute, Critchley. You can't just swan back in here after what happened this morning.
That's exactly what I can do.
Well, didn't the police charge you?
Yeah, but I'm under 17. They can't keep me in jail or out, so they had to let me go.
And you can come back into school?
As long as I meet my bail conditions, I can do whatever I like.
I brought you a mug of tea, Roy. You look frozen.
My flask is adequate, thank you.
Well, I'll leave it over here in case you change your mind. Oh, what are you reading? Bylaws of Weatherfield.
Oh, don't tell me, Roy, you're trying to find a little loophole to trip me up.
They do aim to protect the moral good of the community, most of them.
Oh, so they'll have something about vagrants hanging about on street corners, will they?
Well, they'll certainly have something to say about the right to free speech.
Oh, shut up, Roy. Your protest fizzled out, and why don't you go back to your cafe and warm yourself up?
I'll stay here as long as I have to, thank you very much.
Suit yourself. Listen, you haven't been getting him drinks, have you?
Well, he looks so cold.
Second thought you did the right thing. Don't want him dying of pneumonia while he's out here. In fact, have some of those, Roy. Feed yourself up. Last thing I want on my doorstep is a martyr.
Great, thanks, my love. You deserve a medal, Richard.
What for?
Well, all them hours you've put in at the hospital lately.
Oh, it's the least I could do.
Things like that are very important.
Tell you what's important, Sarah's getting better.
Oh, yeah.
And it's good to see you looking so well in spite of it all.
Well, I've not had any more lapses lately. Well, not since that business at the salon.
What was that?
Oh, yeah, you were away, weren't you? Oh. Well, I just left the tap on all weekend, and then I messed up half my appointments.
No.
Archie's had me on broccoli ever since then. Apparently, it's good for the memory. It seems to be working.
I'll have to remember that.
Yes, keep eating your broccoli lest you forget. Oh, Chris, hi, what are you doing here?
I'll come see this young man. How do you know each other?
Well, I might ask you the same thing.
Chris and I were on the council together.
Of course. Oh, Audrey's girl's mother.
Oh, I didn't know you were related.
Small world.
We've just got a little bit of business to do, Audrey.
Right, I shall leave you to it. Lovely, Chris. See you. Bye, Richard.
Bye, Audrey. Now then, let's sort you out a drink. We'll get down to it.
Right. Back the minute break's over, please, and no excuses.
Just like old times, sir.
You won't be here for much longer. I'd enjoy it while it lasts.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty confident.
Only I had a chat with my brief this morning, and he seems to think different.
I think it's called whistling in the dark.
There's no proof I was driving.
Sarah has told the police.
Her word against mine.
And your fingerprints will be all over it.
Well, seeing as I worked on it in the garage, there would be, wouldn't there?
There'll be other forensic evidence.
Nothing to prove I was driving. He said there's no way they can pin it on me for sure, and he's been in the business 35 years. Thought you'd got rid of me? Think again.
So, what news?
Not the kind you wanted, I'm afraid.
How do you mean?
Spoke to my contacts in the planning department. It's been passed on to the government.
What have they got to do with it?
The problem with bail hostels and asylum centres, Richard, is no one wants them in their backyard. If everybody got their way, there wouldn't be any. So the Home Office has to step in and lay down the law.
What's all that? That's what's happening here?
I'm afraid so.
Well, if this goes on a lot like you say, well, that means that no one in planning can ever influence a thing like this.
That's about the measure of it, yeah.
Well, you must have known that when I invited you to Spain. Well, thanks, Chris. I only stand to lose about 200 grand because of this. I could go bankrupt.
I'm sorry.
Sorry? I'm seeing my bank manager in an hour's time. Is that what I'm going to tell him? Sorry? Sure there's nothing you can do?
Yeah, but it's never cut and dry. Sometimes you can pull a few strings.
What can you on this?
And then again, not every application goes through.
Stop beating about the bush. Is this happening or is it not?
There's no decision yet. But it's not looking good.
Right, pens down now, please.
Nothing like a hard afternoon's work with good old Mr. Barlow.
I'd leave it there if I were you, Aidan.
You want to learn to take a compliment, sir? You know, I spend most of my time knocking you, but I have a grudging respect for you, really.
I don't want to hear this, OK?
Well, think about it. You don't like me or no, but that doesn't stop you trying to help me. That's because you're a child of the 60s, isn't it? It was your generation that made laws more lenient than that. That's helped me a lot, come to think of it.
Oh, knock it off, will you, Aid?
I mean, take this morning, for example. There could have been an outrageous miscarriage of justice there. But thanks to liberals like you, these past 40 years, changing the system to what they believe in, I walk free. Doesn't that give you a sense of achievement, sir?
Don't push your luck, Aidan.
And as for you getting me that work experience, hands-on experience, you might say, do I owe you one or what? I'm sitting pretty, nobody can touch me. And it's all down to good old Mr. Barlow.